Welcome to Italics, television for the Italian-American experience. I'm your host, Lucia Grillo. This episode focuses on Giovanni Reda, skateboarding's most celebrated photographer. Reda is also a director, whose latest documentary about acclaimed pro skater Brian Anderson recently coming out has earned due recognition. A feature in the New York Times, airing on Viceland, and new projects in the works. I met up with Mr. Reda and some of his friends at a retrospective of his photography. I have to start with this. Giovanni Luigi Reda.
That is it. Giovanni Luigi Reda.
What does your family call you?
My parents call me G or Giovanni.
That's cute. And you can't get more Italian than that.
No, it doesn't. I mean, I could have had a last name like Graziano or, you know what I mean? Or like the last name could have got a little bit more Italian.
And your bio on the Esquire page starts with having been influenced by your boisterous, exuberant Italian family.
Yeah, who doesn't have a loud Italian family? Unless, if you're not Italian, then you don't.
Exactly.
But if you're Italian, you have a loud family, and you have a big family. And the reason why it gets loud is because one person is talking to somebody, and then that person, and then somebody else is trying to talk louder than those people to talk to somebody else across the table. So it gets all...
And the conversations are never finished.
They never finish. They go on for hours and days. I'm still having this conversation with my father that I started like 30 years ago.
Oh, remember, Dad, that thing? Yeah, but I had to tell you.
12. When I was 12, we've been having the same conversation.
So besides your loud, boisterous Italian family, what made you get into photography?
I mean, I've been skateboarding like almost my whole life, and then a friend of mine had a camera and he was shooting photos of skating, and I was like, yo, I want to do that. Like, I want to do that. So like my father got me a camera for my birthday one year, and then that was it. I was hooked, and I just wanted to shoot photos. That was it. That's all I wanted to do. And then I came out to the city like every day. Like I saved money, I got a better camera, and like I just would be like, I'm gonna shoot a photo every day. Like, I'm not leaving until I get a photo. Like, and I would come here every day. I would take the train in from Brooklyn and just be like, I'm gonna make sure I shoot a photo today. And that was it. So that's pretty much how it started.
How old you were a teen then?
No, I was in my 20s, like early 20s, really early 20s, like 20.
And then until that point, you were skateboarding?
Yeah, and I started skating in like 1986, and then, I got out of it for a little bit, and then I got back into it, and then that was it. I just didn't want to do anything else.
And was your family like the typical Italian? Like, were they like, what are you doing? You need to be serious and work, or were they?
Yeah, a little bit, like they were like, you should take the fire test. And I'm like, I don't want to be a fireman. Like, very typical Brooklyn, like, you should take just, to fall, something to fall back on. I'm like, there's no fallback plan. Like, I don't have a plan B. It's like, I'm just going to keep going until I do what I want to do, and that was it.
Were they the ones that immigrated, or what's
No,
the
my grandparents immigrated. Yeah, my grandmother was like a little old, 4-foot Italian lady. My grandfather,
From where? Where are they from?
They're from Calabria.
You also did?
Yeah, we would do skate trips to Italy every year. And the first one was like, I took all the Italian skaters. I took Gino Iannucci and Anthony Papalardo and Stefano Tardo. And then we took this kid, Mikey Taylor, who's just some random kid from like Thousand Oaks in California. But he was a good kid. It was just like a lot of fun. And then I did these trips to Italy every year. And they just turned into like just all of our friends. And
was it people from here going to Italy to skate? Did you met other Italian skaters?
Both, like my friend Federico is from Milan, and he would, we went to Milan and hung out with him. And then every trip I did the first one, we went to Rome, and I hung out with my friend Ale Motoriarty, he's an Italian skater, and he showed us around Rome. And then the next year we went to Milan, and my friend Federico, he's from Milan, And he showed us around Milan, and then every year after that, like, I would just call Federico and be like, okay, we're gonna do another trip. I think we did like 6 of them or 7 of them. There's a lot of spots, especially in Milan. There's Milano Centrale, which is the train station, and we would go literally every day, go skate the train station because they had these great marble ledges and the floor was perfectly smooth, and it was amazing. So that was like, to this day, people are still skating there, you know.
You've been doing skateboard photography all this time, but you also do other stuff. You do portraits.
Yeah.
You had a book come out.
I did. I've been shooting skateboarding for like 22 years now because I just wanted to shoot tricks, so I got so focused on doing that. And then probably like 10 years ago, I started like messing in the studio, like shoot portraits and just get as many people as I could to come down. And
Now, you're self-taught, or did you actually study?
no, I was self-taught, and then you kind of get some tips from people, and you look at books of photographers you really like and try to figure out what their lighting was and, you know, what their technique is. And then I got a lot of tips, like my friend Zach Gold, who's a big photographer. He taught me a lot of stuff, which was amazing. And then, you know, you just kind of start figuring out like a style, and you figure out, you know, you get a tip or two, or, you know what I mean? Like, even with shooting skating, I had a lot of friends that shot skating, and they're like, no, put your flash here, or do this, or do that. And you're like, you know, you kind of figure out how it works. You kind of figure out this formula, and then you just kind of adapt and try to make it as much your own as you can. But lately I've been really into shooting portraits.
You're spinning at this great show of Reda's here. Clearly you're a good friend and admirer. Tell us about your relationship with Reda.
Gio and I have just become like really close friends over the last 2 years. And he shot me in a professional context for a photo shoot that I was the subject of, and we hit it off, but we didn't become friends until later, that fateful day.
Does his Italianness ever come out?
I think his Italian-Americanness comes out. I don't know about Italianness. You know, the accent, the hand gestures, it's very New York, you know. I mean, I think his Italian-Americanness is just part of his charm, and he's got an incredible sense of humor, a huge heart, which comes through even when you don't know him.
Are you coming away from the skating? Like, does it you still love it?
I love it. I'll be involved in skateboarding forever, you know, as long as, just because I love it, you know what I'm saying? But like, I'm older now too, and it's like shooting skateboarding is a young man's game, because you like sleeping with the team, you know what I mean, with these kids, and you're out 24/7, and you're like, you're in the van and you're on the trips, and I mean, and I did it all, and I loved it, you know what I mean? I loved it. And I still would love to, like, yeah, I'll get back in the van, I'll go on a trip, I'll do whatever, you know what I mean? But like, it's just, there's like a whole new flock of kids that are coming up, like shooting skating, so it's kind of their turn to kind of, you know what I mean? And that's just how it has to be, you know? Like, things change, everybody evolves, you start doing different stuff, you start seeing what else is out there. But like, as far as skateboarding goes, I love it.
The skating culture is kind of like a rebel culture. What drew you to it?
I grew up in Brooklyn, around in a predominantly Italian, you know, at the time when I was little, there was like a lot of Italians, and like that stereotypical Brooklyn Italian vibe. It wasn't me, you know, and I like skateboarding, and I always liked being outside and doing stuff, even when I was a kid, like jumping my bike, like hitting a bump on the, you know, and so kind of going to skateboarding was kind of a natural thing to me. And again, like, I was into like a lot of like punk rock and all that stuff, so I definitely wasn't like blasting Diamond Girl, listening to KTU, like back in my influential days. Yeah. Even though now I love that, because I can't get away from my roots, you know. But I'm just saying, like, but like back then it was like I was kind of not really into what the neighborhood kids were doing. Mm-hmm. So then there was like a small group of us that would like skate and, you know what I mean, and do all this other stuff, and I was just like attracted to that, and I definitely wasn't attracted to the norm, you know. And I even remember asking my mom once, I'm like, why do we live so far away from the city? Because we live in Mill Basin. Like, my parents are still in the house that like they brought me home to, you know. Like, I remember like just coming into the city when I was a kid, like my parents, and just like staring up the buildings, and you're like, you know, like you see all these crazy people and all this crazy stuff, and you're like, this is awesome, you know. Why are we so far away from, you know? Yeah, when you're watching movies, and you know what I mean, like, you're like, oh wow, like look how great the city is, and you know. So yeah, and that was just always like attracted to do different, you know, I was just kind of different. And even like the kids that I was hanging out with, like when we were listening to like punk rock and hardcore and going to CBGBs every Sunday and stuff like that, like all the kids that I were hanging out with, they're all like drinking and doing drugs. And I was like, well, no, I've been listening to like all this straight edge punk rock. So like, I'm going to be straight edge because we all look the same. We're all doing the same stuff. And I was already not attracted to that, like with that whole like Brooklyn Italian culture. You know what I mean? Like, but I did have a red bow in my first car. I did have
They
that.
throw money in
Of
it?
course, and I had good luck change on them. I spent that quick. I'm like, I need $2 for gas. Let me get that quick. Spent it. That's why my luck's running out. I spent my good luck money on my car.
What does your family think now about, what you do? And
I mean, they're pretty stoked for me to be doing my thing, and because my father, like, he always had these like isms that he would tell you, like, you gotta do what you gotta do, and then like when I first started like shooting photos, like skateboarding stuff, like, and I would get like a photo here, or I'd shoot an ad there, and I mean, I was making like a, like, oh, I made $500 this month, or you know what I mean, like I got $50 or $100, like, and I wasn't making a lot of money, but it was like better than a part-time job. And I'm doing what I want to be doing. Like, I'm in the streets, I'm with friends and skating, and you're moving forward towards something. And then like my mother would be like, you're not making a living wage. Like, this is maybe you should look at it. And I was like, my whole life you tell me I got to do what I got to do, and then I'm doing it, and now you're telling me not to. And then they were like, all right, you got a point. And then that was it. They never bothered me again,
let's talk about this exhibit.
Well, my friends own a company called Diamond Supply Company, and they're skaters and friends of mine, and they were like, we should do something together, Reda. I'm like, yeah, whatever you guys want to do. And there's a big skateboard contest that happens called Street League, and they're one of the sponsors. So they were like, why don't we do like a photo show at our store with all your old New York photos? And I was like, yeah, that sounds great. I've been actually scanning all this stuff, so I got some stuff from like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Who are some of the people that are featured in this?
I have Gino Iannucci, and I have Anthony Papalardo, who Gino and Anthony are both from Long Island, and they are very Italian, even though Gino is half English, but his real name is Luigi Giovanni Iannucci.
Wow.
Yeah, he is very Italian. He's more Italian than British, but we'll let that one. We let the British side of him slide. And then Anthony Papalardo, he's also from Long Island, and he's Italian. And then I have like Keith Huffnagel. He's originally from Manhattan, and he lives in LA now. He has a big company called Huff, which is pretty cool. And Jeff Pang, who's from Brooklyn, who's Chinese and Irish. Peter Bisi, who's Albanian. Close. That's why we got along. I'm like, you are so Guido. We got to hang out. Like, but Peter Bisi, then there's like Javier Nunez, Zared Bassett, Todd Jordan, Quim Cardona, Mike Cardona, Harold Hunter. Rest in peace, both of them. But these photos are actually, they're some of my favorite from that time frame, of some of my favorite people and to this day, everybody on those walls, pretty much every one of those people I still talk to this day, so which is pretty cool. And, and I feel like not a lot of people could say that they've worked with so many people that they still talk to, you know what I mean? Like,
Was it just being like Lower East Side?
I think it's just skateboarding in general has that vibe, but like also too, I feel like it's whatever genre you're kind of in, you know what I mean? Like, because a lot of my friend Toby is in like this hardcore band, this punk rock band, and like they have all of their people that they are all friends with, you know what I mean? And it's like, so it's kind of a similar thing. Like, you just know people everywhere, It's like, oh yeah, we played with that band and we went into Argentina and this band opened up for us. They were great. We're still friends with them, or you know what I mean? So like, I'll go on a skate trip to Italy or Europe or England or Scandinavia, and you go back and you see the same people and you're like, oh, what's up? You know what I mean? Like, you're in France, you go to the skate spot and you run into 40 skaters that you know. You know what I mean? Because everybody's traveling, and the thing is with skateboarding too, it's like there's certain like spots that you would just go and skate. Like in Paris, Bercy is a big place to skate. So if you show up there, you're going to find skaters, and if you're doing something for 20 years and you're traveling the world for 20 plus years, you kind of know people. I mean, and also too, growing up in New York too, there's always, and you're always surrounded by a lot of different artists and different people, and this person knows this person, and then you meet that person, and it's just
now it's been announced that skating is going to
Gonna be
be.
in the Olympics.
Are we going to see you there photographing?
Probably not. I don't think they want me there. I mean, you know what? It's such a double-edged sword with skateboarding in the Olympics, and I mean, it's kind of funny because me and another friend of mine who's a very like, no, skateboarding, Nike shouldn't be in skateboarding. Like, these people shouldn't be in skateboarding. That, you know, like skateboarding Olympics, that's crazy. Because on one hand, skateboarding is an extremely athletic thing. It is hard. It is one of the hardest things in the world to do. Like, these tricks that some of these kids do are amazing. Like, they look like magic on the board. Like, my friend Daewon Song, he's like David and Blaine.
I
Like,
saw one of your videos. I guess it was a Vice video
Vice
where
video,
he does
Day
something
one.
with a ladder.
yeah.
I was like, I had to pause it and go, no, and rewind
Yeah,
it.
it's crazy. And when you watch him skate, like the stuff that he does, it's mind blowing and it's amazing and it's like special and it's magical and it's amazing. You know what I mean? But what he does kind of won't translate in the Olympics. You know what I mean? So it's got a lot of levels to it. You know, people like that who legit, they're just amazing. And then there's people that just look good on their skateboard. They just have this style, this effortless style. People like Gino Iannucci, you know, because Gino gets compared, I mean, because he's Italian. No, but he gets compared a lot of times. Like, somebody will do some trick that's crazy. It's like big or gnarly or down a hammer, whatever it is, it's crazy. And then some other people's opinions of it will be like, I'd rather watch a Gino push. Because just Gino just pushing, he has this style and this effortless style that, like, something like that can't be in the Olympics. You know what I mean? And then skateboarding is also, like, a lot of artists are skaters. You know, a lot of my favorite artists are skateboarders. Ed Templeton, he's a pro skateboarder and an artist. Atiba Jefferson, who's a photographer. And he's a skater and he's an artist, and I respect him, and his work is amazing. And so you're dealing with style, which is like fashion, and then you have like art. It's an expression, you know what I mean? Like, you're out there, you're skating, you're saying something. You're expressing yourself, you know? That's another way to look at it. And then there's the other side of that too, where this is a sport. This is a sport. There's like Red Bull and Monster Energy drink and Nike, and you know, it's like, yeah, and Nike has all these top guys, you know, like Paul Rodriguez and Eric Costin and Nigel Houston and like all these guys that are in Street League that win it, and like Shane O'Neill, like these guys, they you know, they have this, they're athletes, you know, but in the same token, it's like, it's your life. Like, you're gonna skate forever, no matter what, you know. So it's kind of it's a weird balance, because there's so much more that has to do with skateboarding than just like this athletic side of it. You know what I mean? You know, but nowadays, like when I started skating, it was just like the outlaw thing to do, you know, like Thrasher magazine. Like, it's just, I'm a skater, I'm gonna listen to punk rock, and everyone says black, I'm saying white. Everyone's going up, I'm going down. Skateboarding made itself.
Do you think that younger people who are skating now have that same attitude, or have times changed where it's not like?
I think that attitude is always gonna be there. It's just always gonna be there. There's always gonna be those people that, you know, like you grind a ledge, or you slide a curb, or whatever it is that you're doing on your board. You're cruising down the street and you ollie over a sewer cap. There's nothing like that feeling. That, I feel like that is always going to be there, and there's always going to be these small companies, and there's always going to be that dirty kid in the street that just wants to skate and doesn't care about a paycheck or a sponsor or any of it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's this kid that's sponsored by my friend's company that, you know, he was like, I want to do an ad with him, I want to do this with him, can you go and you shoot some photos of him? I'm like, yeah, for sure. So I hit the kid up and I'm like, yo, let's do this. And he was just like, I don't know. And I mean, and the kid's young, and I called my friend, I go, yo, he's not ready. Like, he is just not ready for this. You know, the kid's like 17. I'm like, look, I go, maybe he wants to become a professional skateboarder and make that his living, or maybe he doesn't. Maybe he just wants to skate and have fun, and then he wants to go do something else. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not going to sweat him to like shoot these photos, because he's just not ready. And then if you push him into doing something he doesn't want to do, because I know for myself, when I get pushed into doing stuff I don't want to do, I don't want to do it. You know what I mean? I just get turned off from it, you know? So it's like, he's not ready. So skateboarding in the Olympics, it's good in the sense of like, more skaters will get jobs. You know, like Nike, Adidas, Converse, all these big companies are hiring skateboarders. They're hiring the right people. That's fantastic. skaters are getting jobs, you know what I mean? But then there's the other side of that where it's like you had these small skater-owned shoe brands that are just tanking because you can't compete with Nike. I mean, I'm wearing Adidas, you know? I mean, you put your foot in an Adidas, you're like, this is comfy. And I feel bad because some of my friends own shoe companies and this and that, and I'm like, my knees hurt. I need some support.
I can't wear Converse anymore.
I mean, I could maybe wear some Converse, but I'm like, just give me some Nikes. What are those, Air Maxes? I don't know, I'll just wear those. No, but you know what I mean? But I'm just saying, so it's like it's a good thing and a bad thing, you know what I mean? Because then you have a brand like Nike is the biggest shoe brand in the world.
Yeah.
And they're hiring skaters. Like, I went up to Nike and I said, all my friends that work there, I'm like, this is great. Yeah. These are great people. They built great companies. They've done great things in skateboarding, from being a pro skater to working at brands to building brands to like be like these die-hard, like ride or die. I'm down for this brand that I'm trying to build. And then like, you know, business stuff happens, whatever, they go out of business, and then all of a sudden that guy gets a job at Nike, you know, where all of a sudden the sky's the limit. You know, like you work at Nike, all of a sudden, and Nike too, they're a brand that's like, you want to do something else? Well, let's try to get you over at Jordan. Oh, you want to be in the running department? Let's get you over here. You know what I mean? So, because like my friend Hunter, who was like the team manager for Nike skating, and you know, he worked for SB skateboarding, the Nike SB forever, and then he decided he wanted to try something else, and now he's at Jordan. You know, and Nike is like, yeah, oh yeah, you want to go? Yeah, let's go. I mean, so I'm just saying, like, so it's like it's a positive, and then there's the negative where Nike dictates what happens in skateboarding. So you know what I mean? So it's like, all right, well, there's a give and take. You know what I mean? It's like people are getting jobs, they're getting great jobs, they're getting future careers, and they have a future. You know what I mean? Like, which is, I personally think is great. Skateboarding in the Olympics, I think it brings attention to skateboarding, and skateboarding is one of the greatest things in the world, and I felt like if everybody looked at the world the way skaters look at the world, I think this place would be way better because we look at things a little different. You know, like you see a curb right there, I see you can grind on that. You know, there's so many different things that you look at in the world that, you know, like as skaters, you're like, oh, you could skate that. You can grind on that. You could do this. You could do that there. You could do this, where the people don't look at it like that, you know, where we have this ability to see things that other people don't, and that kind of gives us an edge in the world, I feel like, especially when you get into more mainstream stuff. It's like, you know, especially now, like I go to meetings at advertising agencies and stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm from skateboarding, and they're like, oh my god, that's so cool. Like, you know, it's like you're down with the streets. I'm like, I used to lay at the bottom of some steps while some kid threw his skateboard at me for 3.5 hours, and then he had a temper tantrum and went home. Well, I laid him stuff. I have literally laid him stuff. Literally, I got up like I was just laying in. So you better try that one more time. Yeah.
Looking into the future, where do you want to go next?
I mean, I know I want to keep shooting photos. I want to keep making videos. I'm going to keep doing that, and I want to be like Richard Avedon, who like had a heart attack and died on a photo shoot. Which there's something just so romantic about that. Like, yeah, I'm like 90 trying to climb the fence to shoot a skate photo, and I died. But I'm doing some stuff on Vice Sports where I interview different pro athletes.
You learn how to do their sports?
No, not really. I mean, we talk about, like, I did a fencer, which was awesome. He went to the Olympics. He got a bronze medal, like, in the team fencing, and his name is Miles Chomley Watson, and he was just such a rad dude, and it was kind of cool to just talk to him about fencing, and, like, he, like, is trying to change the sport, and I was like, dude, that's rad. Like, you know what I mean? You're talking about, it's like one of the first 4 sports that was ever in the Olympics. He's like challenging the norm and saying like, nah, we can make this better, dude. Let's change some of these rules. Which I think is pretty dope, and you know, it's an amazing thing. And he's young and he's a good guy, and you know, so it was definitely fun, like working with him. And
do you already have the other segments programmed? Like, what do you know what they'll be?
One I'm editing right now. And you're dealing with pro athletes, so their schedules change. I'm not Lois Lane trying to get a scoop. I don't care about, you know, whatever issues they have. It's like, oh, you're a football player? You're from East LA? Let's talk about that. You know, like, I want to know, like, what's the most hood stuff I've seen, you know? Like, Because I grew up in New York, and I would be coming out to the city to skate, and we'd go to my friend Harold's house, who lived on Avenue B and 13th, and in like the early 90s, in the 80s, when you weren't going down there, you know what I mean? So it's like some crazy stuff, like I want to know about your crazy stuff in LA, because I don't know about that.
And those are the things that actually bring us as people together, as opposed to like dirt on someone and bad behavior
and
like
that's
that.
the thing, too. I think a lot of people want to see other people fail, and I just don't, man. I don't want to see people fail. I want everybody to win. But maybe that's just like a kind of a weird, like a fairy tale kind of view.
That's
beautiful. But like,
that's real. That's real.
Why can't everybody just win? Like, we could all win. Like, I don't want to see people fail. Like, I'm just not, like, you see like TMZ and all this crazy stuff, and people just want other people to fail, and I don't, you know what I mean? And like, I was talking to another friend of mine, and we were talking about like how people do business, and it's just like, because my friend was working on this business plan, and the guy he's talking to was like, you're leaving like millions of dollars on the table and this and that. Like, it's not how it works. And he's like, yeah, but like, it doesn't have to work like that. It can work the way I'm saying it. It's like, yeah, but you'll make so much less money. He was like, I don't care. You know what I mean? So like that kind of mentality kind of, I kind of like that, you know what I mean? Because it's like, everybody I feel like is looking for a quick buck, and it's just like, let's build a brand. Let's get it really big and sell it. And then let's do something else. Like, why,
Yeah.
It was like Ian McKay is a singer from Minor Threat, who was like just a huge influence on my life. He's not Italian, but he had a quote, and I'm going to paraphrase it, but it was something like, it's all about building something, making as much money as you can, and selling it, and then diversifying. And then he said something along the lines of like, if you have a bakery and you make bread and people are buying your bread, you just make more bread, keep making more bread. I'm like, yeah, I like bread. It's like you're making people happy and you're making a living, you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. It's just like people want everybody to fail, and I'm just like, nah, let's all win, man. What is it? What's the saying? Rising tide raises all ships. Let's all win.
All right, well, thank you so much for doing this with us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for watching this episode of Italics. I'm Lucia Grillo. Arrivederci alla prossima puntata.